Understanding Trump's upcoming meeting with Xi. The stakes of 100% tariffs. As global trade tensions rise once again, the upcoming meeting between former U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping has become the world's most anticipated diplomatic encounter. With Washington signaling the possibility of 100% tariffs on a range of Chinese imports and Beijing vowing to respond in kind, the stakes for the global economy couldn't be higher. A return to the tariff wars. The specter of a full-scale U.S.-China trade war is re-emerging in 2025, a replay of the economic hostilities that rocked global markets during Trump's first term. Back then, tariffs on Chinese goods reached nearly $370 billion, leading to supply chain disruptions, investor uncertainty, and billions in losses for both nations. Now, Trump's renewed push for America First trade policies, which include up to 100% tariffs on key sectors such as electric vehicles, semiconductors, and steel, has once again unsettled global investors. Washington claims these tariffs are necessary to protect domestic jobs and counter China's unfair trade practices, but Beijing views them as economic aggression. China's possible response. China, the world's largest exporter, is unlikely to remain passive. Reports from Beijing suggest retaliatory tariffs could target American agricultural exports, aerospace components, and even consumer tech products like iPhones assembled in China. Moreover, China could leverage its control over rare earth minerals, critical for electric vehicles and defense industries, to put pressure on U.S. manufacturers. Such a move could escalate the standoff beyond trade, potentially sparking a broader geopolitical confrontation. Global ripple effects. The consequences of a renewed tariff war would extend far beyond Washington and Beijing. Global supply chains, already strained by years of pandemic disruptions, could face further fragmentation. Multinational companies operating in both markets may be forced to shift production lines or reconsider investment plans altogether. Emerging economies, particularly those in Southeast Asia and Africa, might see both risk and opportunity. As companies seek alternatives to China, nations like Vietnam, India, and Indonesia could attract fresh investments, but at the cost of rising inflation and logistical challenges. The political stakes. Trump's aggressive trade posture is also a strategic move aimed at domestic audiences. With his administration framing tariffs as a tool for economic sovereignty, the message appeals strongly to working-class voters in key swing states. For President Xi, however, backing down would be politically unthinkable. Maintaining national pride and projecting strength against American pressure is central to his image at home. Thus, the meeting is less about compromise and more about calculated confrontation, each leader positioning himself as the defender of national interests in a global economic battlefield. A world watching closely. The world's investors, policymakers, and corporations will be watching this meeting closely. Whether it leads to a new cold trade war or a fragile truce, one thing is clear. The U.S.-China economic relationship will define the shape of global trade for the next decade. As protectionism gains momentum and economic nationalism returns to the forefront, the future of globalization itself hangs in the balance.